What's going on? It's your nigga Madhatan Smith, part 2. So tune in. Know what I'm saying? This the dedication. This the elaboration. This that grown man sensation shit that we be talking out here when we looking for, that ventilation inside of a thoroughbred heart. Cause any man can have, a woman, a girlfriend, significant other, but he ain't looking to structure her over now who really got her in the right way and opening her eyes up, to how this terrain go. So let's go ahead and dive back in and really open up the door, not just for myself, but for you too, sweetheart. Hey, this dedicated to be, young, that's a hint. So yeah.
They offer a temporary buzz. He offers a glimpse into a world where limits don't exist, where transactions happen at the speed of thought across continents. It's a mental seduction, a realization that the game you thought you knew was just a shadow play. And as you begin to grasp the true scale of his operation, the intricate web of his influence in the digital backends, the e-commerce empires, the crypto flows, the unseen algorithms of wealth, a different kind of heat rises within you. It's the recognition of a mind that operates on a higher frequency, a power that doesn't need to be seen to be felt. And in that understanding, you are his. Think about it. You see the corner store, the guy handing out the goods. That's the physical manifestation, the battery in the pack. But Madhatan, he's the digital conglomerate behind 1,000 anonymous storefronts. He ain't worried about street beef. He's strategizing algorithms that move markets. Then, the Bible speaks of physical blindness, but there's a deeper blindness we're addressing here, the inability to see beyond the obvious.
So, when I wrote that part, these are all facts, I don't, speak opinionated, if I can't give you 100%, baby, cross me out, and you go find the next nigga who could provide for you more than what I could provide for you. But baby, before you walk out that door, look both ways across the streets. Whether you in a physical space, local neighborhood, or charting this online, digital ambience or whatnot, look at both ways across the street and then proceed. And a lot of times, you always come across, beautiful women like Destiny, that, been, in the hands of, wrong niggas, but, just soaking this in Destiny, soak this game in sweet.
To perceive the true sources of power and wealth in this new era. Your local dude might grind, might hustle, might even make a decent living, but his ceiling is the block, the city limits. Madhatan, his playground is the internet. His transactions happen in milliseconds, across borders, touching markets your local guy can't even spell. Let's talk facts. While your street-level dealer might move ounces, Madhatan, operating in the digital shadows, could be moving kilograms with a few encrypted clicks. While your local guy counts cash, Madhatan's wealth accumulates through decentralized finance, through e-commerce empires that operate 24/7, through supply.
So, knowing that you got that information, I need you to go look carefully at CPM World Plaza. You see these underscores underneath of these messages, like pay now, cash out, PayPal, these different underscore messages. I really need you to open your mind up for me, baby, and look and see past the surface level bullshit that these niggas put in your hand. Little bit of green, baby. That's it. Just a little bit of a little bud. Baby, you understand how to find you is? I want you living in your birthright right now in this moment. I ain't talking about those fleeting sensations yet, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna have you, fucked up further than what you already is. We all got scars and flaws and we ain't perfect. But baby, I'm trying to improve every flaw that you have. So you will sign this off as a destiny.
Supply chains that span continents, all orchestrated from a laptop in an undisclosed location. You search Google for Madhatan Smith? You might find traces, whispers in forums, a ghost in the digital machine.
Nah, those are facts. Those are facts about it. Do it yourself. Go to Google right now and type in my name, Madhatan Smith, the same way that you see it, and you will see the digital properties. I'm here, baby. I've been in your face, I've been in y'all face for a long time. I'm not gonna come up on you and approach you, unless I'm trying to, sell you my services, or, offer you an opportunity to open the doors for you further in life past where I can open them up for you. But I really need you to soak this in. Go ahead, continue reading that for me real quick.
Because the real players, they don't need billboards. Their reputation precedes them in the right circles, in the encrypted channels where the real deals go down. Think about the back ends where real money flows. E-commerce giants. Platforms like Amazon, Shopify, and Alibaba facilitate billions in transactions daily, connecting suppliers directly to consumers on a global scale. Imagine the level of operation to control even a fraction of that flow. Cryptocurrency exchanges. Platforms like Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken handle billions in digital asset trades. The individuals who control the movement and creation of these currencies operate on a different financial plane entirely. Affiliate marketing networks. Companies like Commission Junction and ShareASale power a vast network of online sales, generating massive revenues for those who can effectively drive traffic and conversions. Software as a service SaaS companies. Businesses providing essential digital tools from cloud storage, like Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, to communication platforms like Zoom, Slack, generate recurring revenue streams that dwarf local economies. Digital advertising networks. Companies like Google Ads and Facebook Ads manage the flow of billions of dollars in advertising spend, and those who master these platforms wield significant financial power. These are the new streets where the real money moves. Your local dealer is selling product. Madhatan is building infrastructure. Your local dealer is counting small bills. Madhatan's wealth is likely held in diversified digital assets and offshore accounts. Dear, the difference isn't just in the volume. It's in the intelligence, the scalability, the sheer scope of operation. Madhatan isn't limited by physical boundaries or local competition. His market is the world. His transactions happen at the speed of light, So, while the dude on the corner is slanging ounces, Madhatan Smith, operating in the high-stakes, high-intelligence digital realm, could be orchestrating deals worth 50 times, 100 times more in a single silent transaction.
So yeah, when I wrote that part, those are facts. Just because you don't be, all dressed in, every time, somebody see me, I might be looking, little out of, flavor, or, tasteless sometimes. You know, I get it. You know, people are, man, that nigga fucked up. Yeah, that's a purr laugh. I get it. But that nigga that got that battery in his back, the nigga that, know what I'm saying, had to interact with people face to face in person. That nigga don't play on the same level that we play on. And I'm speaking for myself and every other, you know what I'm saying, you know, white man, black man, Asian man, you know what I'm saying, no matter what your race is, you know, Spanish man, person behind bars, got their freedom, you know, baby, you gotta understand that when you come to this game, you better approach it with your best, or you won't make it here. That's why everybody can play this game. And when you understand that, you understand what you got in front of you. I'm attracted to you too. Same way, you know, you say I'm amazing. You know, you don't gotta say it. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta say a word. You know what I'm saying? The frequency, you know what I'm saying? The energy, you know. I just wanted to holler at you a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and keep reading up for me. You know, we got, you know, this part 2. You know, this tribute, you know what I'm saying, to, you know what I'm saying, to that queen, you know, that checked me. You know what I'm saying? That said, don't call me gang. I'm a queen. Okay, queen. But are you ready to be my queen, though?
Transaction. The battery in the pack deals in grams. The real plug deals in terabytes of data, in global logistics, in the unseen currents of the digital economy. Open your eyes. The game has changed. The real money ain't on the street. It's in the code. M. Look deep. That ain't a suggestion, it's a command. You think Rehoboam, that king in the Bible, inherited power and knew how to wield it? Nah, he listened to the loud, the boastful, and his kingdom fractured. Real power understands nuance, understands the subtle shifts, the undercurrents. We ain't impressed by the bling or the hype. We see the code, the data, the real leverage. We build wealth not by flaunting it, but by multiplying it, by understanding the invisible architecture of the modern world. So underestimate the quiet dude in the hoodie at your own peril. Dismiss the one who speaks in code and algorithms. Because sometimes, just sometimes, that's the hand that truly shapes the market. That's the mind that truly understands the flow. That's the ghost in the machine making moves you won't even see until the game has already changed. Open your damn eyes. The real power ain't always wearing the crown you expect. Listen close, ladies. If you're looking for a man who's a real plug, and we ain't talking the corner boy handing out product, you gotta understand the game beyond the surface. You gotta see the strings. That dude flashing the cash, the one with the loud boasts about his connects, 9 times out of 10, he's just a battery.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, understand the difference between me, you know what I'm saying, Madhatan Smith, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, these battery and back ass niggas. We are not treading the same turf. It's a lot of wolves here. Let me tell you that now. Female and male. And even gay wolves. But I'm a straight wolf. So I'm not like these niggas out here, you know, handling, pushing products, you know, giving you, you know, something that ain't gonna hurt your brain. So soak in what I'm telling you. Take it in and live with it for the remainder of your life and watch the results that you want be in your life. You ask me, you know what I'm saying, you know, you want to write a book on, you know, your, you know, the little homeless situation. So baby, I'm dedicating this to you. This is where we're gonna start at, and we're gonna go past this. I promise you. Same way you're gonna promise me. I'm gonna give you what you want. And in return, you're gonna give me what I want. And what I could provide for you is much better than what the nigga who's saying, hey, here goes something to burn your brain cells out even more. Come and play, baby. Come and play. That's really right, that destiny.
Battery. Someone else is feeding him, controlling his flow. The real power, it sits in the shadows, quiet, calculating, making moves you don't even see. The Bible talks about keeping secrets. Proverbs 11:13 says, "Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered." A real plug ain't spilling his business all over the streets. He ain't chasing clout or validation. He's focused on the flow, the expansion, the building of something substantial, something unseen by the masses. Think about it. The dude running his mouth, showing off every dime. He's a target. He's attracting the wrong kind of attention from rivals, from the law, from anyone to take what he's got. The real player, he moves silent. He understands that nothing is covered up that will not be revealed. Luke 12:2. So he keeps his cards close to his chest. You want the man behind the curtain, the one pulling the strings. He's the strategist, the one with the high finance mind and the intelligence to navigate a complex world. He might not be the most outwardly flashy. He might be the quiet observer, the one listening more than he's talking. Don't underestimate the low-key dude. Proverbs 12:23 says, "A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly." The fool needs everyone to know his business. The wise man understands the power of discretion. He knows that whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Proverbs 21:23. Look deeper than the hand that deals. The man handing you the product, he's a cog in the machine. You want the architect, the one designing the whole damn thing. He's the one making the real plays, controlling the flow, moving the pieces on a board you can't even see. He might not shower you with fleeting displays of wealth. His power lies in his network, his intelligence, his ability to stay 10 steps ahead. He's building an empire, not just chasing a quick score. So open your eyes, ladies. The real plug? He's likely the one you least expect. He's the silent force, the hidden hand. And if you find him, understand that his world demands discretion, loyalty, and an appreciation for the power that lies beneath the surface. He ain't about the show. He's about the control. And that's a different kind of power altogether. Truth is a blade, and most are too dull to wield it. They cling to the surface, the comfortable lies, the narratives that keep them blind. They fear the deep dive, the uncomfortable questions, the unraveling of their precious illusions. But the truth, raw and unfiltered, that's the only thing that cuts through the bullshit. They talk about control, about who's up and who's down. They map out their little hierarchies, their petty empires. But the real power flows from the unseen source, the one who understands the undercurrents, the silent language of influence. We don't need the spotlight. The results speak for themselves. Yokama let their eyes crack wide open. They see the loudmouths, the ones flashing the product, thinking that's the source. They see the noise and assume that's where the power's at. but they sleep in on the real game. You think us who look and stay low-key screaming we the plug? Hell no. That's attention we don't have to bring to ourselves. That's the gospel right there. The ones who are truly moving weight, the architects of this whole damn thing, we ain't gotta shout it from the rooftops. That's amateur hour. That's painting a target on your back for the wrong kind of attention. Look past the suffice. That's the key they keep missing. They see the transaction, the hand-to-hand, and think that's the end of the line. But we see the whole damn supply chain, the intricate web that stretches far beyond their block. We know what come with the shit. The heat, the drama, the eyes you don't want on you unseen. It's about getting money staying low-key and smooth. That's the mantra. Stack the paper, fade into the background, make it look effortless. The less they know, the less they can touch. The smoother the operation, the less friction, the more profit. So don't underestimate the one who you think is just a nobody. Oftentimes, we the real plug.
And it's so crazy to me that, like, when I wrote this part right here, you know what I'm saying? For what your eyes you are closed to reveals that you don't even understand the pearl inside the shell. And a lot of times to really set someone free, baby, you gotta start from the roots, baby. And I don't even know if somebody granny ever told them, baby, pull from the roots, or it's gonna do the same thing. You gotta uproot the shit. You know what I'm saying? So when people be asking, you know what I'm saying, why he might be staying with his dad, or why, you know what I'm saying, understand this. Who I really want, who narrate the picture. I could show you the type of money right now that would make you have a seizure. But I don't even touch my man, because see, when you got real, and I ain't even spending no game. Women that's listening, because I know this is dedicated to Destiny specifically, you know what I'm saying, someone that I am attracted to, you know what I'm saying, I've been attracted to her for, a minute, but I never really said anything, I just always been an observer, but when I observe first, then, I try to turn to her, alone, just accept everybody in my life, because, I know what I'm about, but, in fact, let's dive in even further. Let me give you a little bit, juice you up a little bit more.
This ain't a boast, it's a fact. The quiet ones, the ones blending into the background, the ones you barely notice, sometimes those are the ones pulling the real strings. They ain't got the ego to be out front, drawing all the heat. They focused on the bottom line, the long game. I can't speak for everyone, but for me, I can speak. This ain't a universal truth, but it's a damn real one for those in the know. The loudest ain't always the realest. The ones who appear the least connected, sometimes they the damn network. Gee, think about it, like that story in 1 Samuel 28. Saul, the king, is desperate, looking for answers in the shadows, not from the obvious sources. He had to go to the low key, the one operating outside the usual channels, to get a real message. So open your eyes wide. The game ain't always what it seems. The quiet ones, don't count them out. Sometimes, they the ones with the real power, moving in silence, stacking that paper, and staying smooth. They the real damn plug. So go ahead, keep watching the hands that deal. Keep focusing on the noise and the fury. While you're distracted by the spectacle, the real moves are being made in the quiet corners, in the places you don't even think to look. That's where the game is truly won. That's where the unseen become the undeniable. That's the truth they never see coming. The street breathes different when you ain't looking at the obvious. They got their eyes glued to the shine, the fast talkers, the ones with the loudest boasts. They think they're tracking the game, seeing the angles. But the real architects, we move silent. We ain't the Flash, we the Foundation. And this ain't no fairy tale, this the concrete gospel. They show you the dealer, the middleman with the slick smile and the quick hands. He's part of the show, a distraction. These colors, they represent your dealer. Yeah, colors to blind you. While you're focused on the transaction, the real power's moving in the shadows, where the cut ain't even visible to the naked eye. Wow. The real plug operates in the shadows. That ain't a slogan. That's a truth etched in the pavement. The source, the one who truly calls the shots, stays ghost. They feed you the story of the connect, the one you can see, the one you can almost touch. But that's just the surface, the first layer of the onion. Peel it back, and you find levels they don't even whisper about. See past the surface. That's the only way you survive this concrete jungle. They feed you illusions, narratives designed to keep you in your lane, playing your part. Hidden Hand's real power, remember that. The strings ain't always attached to who you think. The real players, they're masters of the unseen, moving pieces you ain't even aware are on the board. Baby girl, the source isn't always who you see, the silent source. Trust what you feel in your gut, not just what they put in front of your eyes. The loudest voice ain't always the one with the most weight. Sometimes, the real power sits in the quiet, observing, calculating. The plug, the source, runs deep dealer vs plug. This ain't a unified front. There's levels to this, a food chain they try to keep hidden. The dealer's got his own hustle, his own limitations. But the plug, the source, they tap into something deeper, a network that stretches beyond what you can imagine. There's always someone above, pulling strings you ain't even seen. Shadow dude, dealer puppet, master dealer puppet. This is the cold, hard truth they don't want you to grasp. The guy you think is in charge? He's probably just another soldier, playing a role in a bigger operation. The real puppet masters, they stay in the dark,
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna back it up. You just saying you spitting slick, he talking slick. You know what I'm saying? You just want this pussy type shit. I mean, of course I want it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no secret. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever deny you. Of course I want that pussy. But I want your mind to be aligned with, you giving me that pussy. I don't want it just to be a fleeting sensation. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to understand the difference between, a nigga with a battery in his back, the real game, the real, what really comes along with it. We ain't gonna put no names out there or whatnot, but the real nigga. Or, you know what I'm saying? We won't separate the boys from the men with this ending part right here. Or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? We don't got too much longer to go. 6 minutes, most important part, so don't exit our destiny. But, you know what I'm saying? If we gonna adapt to each other, cause you wanna adapt. I wanna adapt to you too, baby, but I can't let you hinder your own blessing. I'm gonna receive my blessing. But for you to receive your blessing, you gotta be able to separate the two. That's where niggas be fucking up with you. They don't teach you how to separate the two. They leave that part of you. You know what I'm saying? And, I ain't say nothing bad about no dude. This is really real full honesty. Gonna stir you wrong. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the ball in your court. I wanna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that you wanna, fuck with me. Even if it's not even no intimate type shit, no relationship type shit, you know what I'm saying? We just in each other's corner in the shadow. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be poorly evoked. And I think the best thing that you can do for anyone, all women, it ain't no selective few. Everybody. We gonna keep it 100 or nothing less. And if it's not 100%, if it's not per, you know what I'm saying? If it's not straight facts, then decline it. Say nah. But your eyes will be open though.
Creating the whole damn symphony. Look deeper than the hand that deals. That's the key to unlocking this whole damn thing. Don't get caught up in the immediate transaction, the obvious play. Trace it back. Follow the money, follow the silence, follow the fear. That's where you find the truth. Since BC, the game always been keep the eyes off us. This ain't a new hustle. This is the way it's always been. Concealment, misdirection, keeping the real power out of the spotlight. They want you looking at the leaves, while the roots are spreading deep underground. To truly know this game, you gotta know the players you don't see, the moves they don't announce. You gotta develop a sixth sense for the unseen currents, the unspoken rules. This ain't about trusting nobody. It's about trusting your own damn eyes to see beyond the surface. This is the street novel they don't write, the truth they don't speak. This is the real. All right, let's break down this hustle. It's the age-old tale, but with a digital twist. You got your local dude, let's call him G. And then you got Madhatan Smith, the online phantom. Two different games, two different levels of play. And G, he's your block to block. He's got the corner, the regulars, the face-to-face. He's got the rep, the word of mouth, the you-know-who to see. But his world's small. He's tied to the turf, the drama, the risks of the street. Cops, rivals, the whole damn circus. He might be making a decent buck, but he's capped. He's a dealer, a visible player in a limited arena. Yeah. Then you got Madhatan. He's time zones. Then you got Madhatan. He's the ghost in the machine. He ain't worried about turf wars or street beef. He's moving weight through encrypted channels, reaching customers across state lines, time zones. He's building an empire you can't even see on a map. He's got the logistics, the discretion, the tech. He's playing chess while G's playing checkers. The Bible calls it knowledge, right? Proverbs 1:7 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction." But in this game, knowledge is power, and it ain't always the kind you find in books. G's got street knowledge. He knows the product, the players, the risks. He's got the experience, the scars to prove it. But Madhatan, he's got a different kind of knowledge. He understands the system, the flow, the unseen currents. He knows how to leverage technology, anonymity, and scale. Proverbs 18:15 hits it. An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Madhatan's heart is hungry for that bigger picture. Madhatan's playing the long game. He's not about the flash, the showy displays of wealth. He's about accumulation, expansion, solidifying his position. He's getting more, but showing less. It's Proverbs 11:2 in action. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. He's staying humble, staying hungry, staying focused. G might think he's got it figured out, running his little corner, but he's blind to the bigger game Madhatan's playing. He's focused on the leaves, while Madhatan's tending to the roots.
So, in that part, I want you to do, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know, but A, you know what I'm saying? Your A as an apple, you know what I'm saying? Test it. And then you got M, you know what I'm saying? As in metamorphosis. You know what I'm saying? So, I want you, you already know what A about, you see what A produce, you see how A move, I'm speaking the code, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see the surface level. Come here, that's, you know what I'm saying, design the life that you want. You know what I'm saying? Let's really narrate the picture, baby. You know what I'm saying? You had a shared struggle, I had a shared struggle. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes light up when you look at me, my eyes light up when I look at you. You know what I'm saying? You feel my frequency. I feel your frequency, so I'm not the insecure type. I would never ever tell you, don't interact with, such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to myself. No, baby. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be living in abundance at all time, with me or without me, surpass where I'm at. So that's the difference between A and M. You know what I'm saying? A's and, you get what I'm saying. But, I'm going to let you go ahead close this chapter out real quick.
Roots. And in this game, the roots run deep, spreading influence in ways G can't even comprehend. The real eye-opener, it ain't about who's got the most product or the loudest mouth. It's about who's got the most knowledge, the most insight, the most control over the unseen. And that's a whole different level of power. All right, this is the final word, the mic drop. The moment the veil is ripped away and the truth hits her like a shockwave. Forget the palm readers and the fortune tellers. Ain't nothing in the Bible about that anyway. Except warnings against that kind of mystic smoke and mirrors. We dealing with cold, hard facts. The kind that'll make her jaw swing open and her perception of the game shatter. She's been looking at the hands doing the deal. The smooth talkers, the ones with the product right there, visible, tangible. She thought that was it. The source, the power, wrong, dead wrong. That's the illusion they sell. That's the carefully crafted facade. Like it says right here, the real plug operates in the shadows. That ain't a catchy phrase. It's the damn blueprint. Think of it like this. She's been admiring the fancy sports car, the one the flashy dude is driving. She thinks he's the one with the real money, the real power. But what she didn't see was the silent investor, the one who financed the car, who owns the dealership, who controls the whole damn supply chain of luxury vehicles. That's the difference between the dealer and the real plug. That dude she's eyeing, the one handing out the goods, he's expendable. He's a soldier on the front line. The real player, the Madhatan Smith type. He's the general in the war room, moving pieces on a global scale, orchestrating moves she can't even fathom. Don't look at the dealer find the cut. That cut ain't just profit margins. It's the layers of control, the intricate network of influence that stretches far beyond what she can see on the street corner or in a DM. Baby girl, the source isn't always who you see. The silent source. Burn that into her mind. The loudest dude ain't always the one with the most weight. Real power whispers, calculates, and commands from behind the scenes. Sasa. She wants a man who's a real plug. She needs to understand that he ain't gonna be the one chasing the spotlight. He's gonna be the one avoiding it. He's gonna value discretion over display, strategy over swagger. Hidden hands, real power. Let that sink in. The moves that truly matter are the ones she doesn't see coming. The connections she can't trace. The influence that operates without a trace. So, when she's looking for that dude in the back, the one controlling the puppets, she needs to forget everything she thought she knew about the game. She needs to look for the quiet intelligence, the subtle confidence, the network that operates like a ghost. Because the man who's truly making plays, he ain't gotta announce it. His moves speak for themselves. And by the time she figures it out, her jaw will be on the floor, realizing she was looking at the battery while the real power source was somewhere else entirely. The book is closed. The truth is out. Now let her process that.
So, you got it. Know what I'm saying? Make sure you shoot me a text. Know what I'm saying? Converse further. 799-999-1664. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter. I don't got no Twitter account. Follow me on TikTok. Definitely follow me on Amazon. Check out them books too. If you're looking for any type of services, I provide CPN services, auto trade finance, I repair credit. You know what I'm saying? Respiration credit. You know what I'm saying? Reinstall. You know what I'm saying? Remove negative blocks off your credit. I sell trade line, primary, aged, and regular. You know what I'm saying? I unlock all type of devices. You know what I'm saying? I got my own plaza. The CPN Road Plaza. So yeah, come charter the uncharted territory. And let's really, put something together where it's a win for you and it's a win for me. Because it's all about net rich, not burning our brain cells. Let me show you what real releasing endorphins in your mind feel like, baby. I'm out. It's your nigga Madhatan Smith. Do as I said. Come fuck with me on these platforms.